welcome back to my channel. Today I will be talking about why I changed my major. So first and foremost, I attend the Illustrious Hampton University and I am a senior. I should have graduated this year in May 2020. However, I did not graduate. Of course, one, pandemic. Two, because I changed my major the last semester of last year. So of course I got a whole bunch of classes added on to what I already was supposed to have. So I just have to do one more year and then I will be done. So the big question, why did I change my major? My major prior to the major I have now was pharmacy. Well, I was pre-pharmacy. I never made it to pharmacy school. I was pre-pharmacy. And I will start by saying that when you go into college, if you feel like a major is not for you, go with your gut and just, well, first and foremost, pray about it. I don't know if you're all religious, but if you're religious, pray about it. Sleep on it. And then take action. Because for me, I had this mindset, and I had this mindset since high school, that if you start something, you finish it, period. That's it. And I was known to start stuff and stop stuff because I was like, oh, I want to be a singer, oh, I want to be a dancer, oh, I want to be a drawer, oh, I want to be whatever. So I wanted to be and do a lot of things, and I would start and stop, start and stop, start and stop. So I wanted to challenge myself to stick it out and just stay with pharmacy and really just push it out and do it. So I stayed in pharmacy, pre-pharmacy for 3 years. Freshman year, sophomore year, and junior year. And every year I knew I should have changed my major, every year. But I kept saying, I'm too far in, I'm too far in. I don't know where I would go. I don't know what I would do. My administration and my advisors are awful. They don't give me much guidance. And even when they're giving me guidance, they don't really give me guidance. They tell me you should do what you think you should do, and then they say I don't think you should be in this program, and just a whole bunch of stuff. So it was like I was trying to prove that I could do it, on top of trying not to quit, on top of being afraid that I would not be able to graduate on time, which here I am now, not graduating on time. But I'm okay with that now, just because I think changing my major to now what is kinesiology was the best thing that ever happened to me at Hampton University, and I will say that times 10. The first reason I changed my major is because, I know it was a long introduction, sorry y'all, but the first reason I changed my major is because within being in the pre-pharmacy program at Hampton, my freshman year, there was a curriculum. And I had to follow the curriculum and pass all the classes and move on after my sophomore year to P1, which is the professional school. So, and at Hampton, they were known for 6 years in, 6 figures out. So 6 years, 6 figures. So that's the curriculum that Hampton was going by. So my freshman year, I was also playing basketball for Hampton University, and playing basketball and trying to get into a pharmacy school might have been the hardest thing that I've ever done in my entire life. One, I thought that I was ready. As a freshman, I thought that I was, first of all, I thought I was grown, okay? I thought I was grown. I thought I had all the answers. I thought I could multitask. I thought I could do what I did in high school, because I graduated high school with a 3.6, and I didn't have to study. I didn't have to take notes. I got the information, I took the tests and quizzes, and I passed them. And that was that. I did my homework, I passed. So in college, I was like, oh, it's going to be a breeze. It's not going to be too much harder. I was in Excel classes in high school. I'll be fine. So once I got to school, I wasn't fine, clearly. So I didn't do good at all my freshman year. On top of me playing basketball and being a pre-pharmacy student, I also did bots. And if anybody knows what bots is, it's Battle of the States. That was also something I will never say ever in my life that I regretted. It was the best thing I ever did. It was so fun. I had so much fun. I don't think I would have friends if if I didn't do bots. So bots was like the best thing ever in the entire world, and I found myself focusing on bots to the point where I wanted, bots was my main focus. And even though like our bots leaders, they were like, school first, school first, school first, and in my mind I'm like, I got this, I got this. I don't need to study, I don't have to take notes, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that. But I did, and literally everybody around me was, except me. And so I think for me, everything started my freshman year. So anyways, I changed my major because freshman year there was a curriculum. My sophomore year they changed the curriculum. Then my junior year they changed the curriculum again. So the curriculum changed 3 times while I was in the pre-pharmacy program. They changed it after my sophomore year. If I would have passed my freshman year, and I would have been on track for my sophomore year to get into the program. But being that I didn't pass my freshman year, when I was going into my sophomore year, they changed the curriculum, and I had to abide by the curriculum of my sophomore year. They didn't grandfather me in. I think that's the term. But yeah, so they didn't let me use the same curriculum that I came in with. They changed the curriculum and said I had to follow that curriculum. So that curriculum changed, and then it was no longer a 6-year, 6-figure program. Then it was, I didn't need 2 or 3 classes on my previous curriculum, and they added 2 or 3 classes to the new curriculum. So I wound up spending money on the 3 classes that I took in the first curriculum and didn't need them in the second curriculum. So I wound up spending money that I didn't have to spend money. So that was first and foremost. Spending money at Hampton, if anybody knows, is not cheap. Classes aren't cheap, school isn't cheap, paraphernalia is not cheap, nothing is cheap. So the fact that they changed the curriculum 3 times was like, okay, I'm starting to get a little nervous. So they changed the curriculum 3 times, and at this point, by my junior year, of course, you know, junior year you're like, all right, get it together. For real, sophomore year, you're like, get it together, because that was when I started to notice what focus and being prepared and all of those things does for you in the long run. If I would have killed my freshman year, I could have done the things I wanted to do my sophomore year and my junior year. So the first reason I changed my major was the curriculum changed 3 times, and I no longer needed a total, I think, of 4 classes from the 3 changes. I no longer needed 4 of those classes, and they weren't reimbursing me for them. So that was the first one. The second one was that the department is very low in staff. So the advisor I had my freshman year was the bomb, phenomenal. She was the best advisor I've ever had. She was so amazing. And then my sophomore year, she was gone. So I couldn't turn to her, I couldn't go to her. Well, I could, but I was too embarrassed. It was just a lot of stuff, a lot of pride stuff that went on with that. But they're very low on staff, and so I don't think that anything was intentional, but they were trying to make sure that what they were doing was right and was going to save them, because ultimately it's their job. They're securing their jobs. And I think in the midst of being low staff, you can't be everywhere at once. You can't do everything at once. And that makes sense. That's real. So I think that was kind of a thing. And then the third thing, my advisor, I had an advisor, and my advisor actually told me that I wasn't going to make it as a pharmacist. And this person just kept trying to tell me, like, you know, you should think about other things. You should just change your major, or you don't have to be a pharmacist. You can settle for this, that, and the third. And the words that she used was what really threw me off. The settling part. I don't want to settle. I didn't try and be in pharmacy school to be settling. So it wasn't, she didn't give me much advice on as to how I can turn everything around. It was more so just get out of the program type of thing. And you know, again, there was a lot of pressure on the administration in that department, because the reason the second to last reason as to why this was sealing the deal for me to leave the department and change my major was because